Redeem on the web. I don't care about that, dude. So am I logged in or what, dude? Where does it even show that? Like, how do I even know who I am? Avatar. Oh yeah, I guess it wouldn't let me do all this otherwise. Trainer challenge is what? Oh, you have to beat all the AI and shit. I don't want to do any more AI. The whole fun of stuff like this is like it's like with chess. What's the point of playing bots? At least there's a certain difficulty that you can learn from, but I can't believe there's no arena though. That's the thing that threw me off the most last time that I didn't like. So I think live, which is the new one that's going to come out soon, is going to have that. So apparently I have all these. Or what? Show owned. I don't remember having that. I must have gotten it just like at the end last time. So I don't want to just use only theme stuff the whole time, but how does trade work? Trade offers, public offers. Let's see how much of this stuff. Acceptable trades only. Galarian Zigzagoon. What even is that? Whatever, I don't care about all this stuff now. I obviously don't have anything. But that is kind of fun, at least there's an auction. Actually, most of these online TCGs don't have, or online card games in general, don't have a trading feature. Like Hearthstone doesn't. I don't know that Magic does. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. So you can usually just craft stuff, but you can't trade. Because I'm sure there's ways you can exploit it and cheese it, like... I don't know. There's ways to abuse it anyway. Water. Why do I have level progress with water when all I was using last time was psychic? 0 out of 5. Yeah. Let's actually maybe change this. Random view collections. Let me guess. You have to buy some of these for microtransactions too. Oh, these are like based on just NPCs maybe that you would encounter though. Yacht collection. Fire collection, Charizard. Why is it showing me both? Oh, I guess see male and female. I was gonna say, is this gonna be like a tag duel thing only? Cool that they at least have this, but I mean... Let me see. Why'd they make the chin look so sharp like that? Hair. Whatever, I don't really care, but I just want to do it for the sake of it. Make it look distinct. It'll let me upload my own avatar thing. That I use for everything. I want one that makes him look pissed. Yeah, like that one. Why do they make this look so weird? It looks like you're scared, doesn't it? Look for the angry eyes. Yeah, these look pissed. That's what I'm going to be most of the time, because I'm going to get destroyed by pay-to-win clowns all over here. It's hard to distinguish, though, sometimes, whether you are a pay-to-win clown or you've just been playing for a long time like me. Like, you could say that about me in Hearthstone. Like, oh, you know, this guy must have been pay-to-win because he wouldn't have all this crazy shit. But I've just been playing since the game came out. So versus is the whole point of this, and I guess, like, how much did I need to buy a new thing anyway? Like, if I buy a new theme deck, which I don't even really want, but if I look for something, I'm almost the type who would go back and get, like, the oldest one just for the fun of it, just to try shit. But, like, what's one that's psychic focused? Because that's always what I like. But I already have that too. Or I could just buy the newest one of these. So 500. I guess I could just save for that. I'm at 434. May as well just buy the newest because that's how it works. Like, power creep is the thing. Let's see how active this is going to be. I never had trouble finding a match. Ray Mendez. So we're both using theme stuff. This one does seem like one of the weaker ones, so it could just be bad luck. At least that's what people were saying last time. And I was getting my ass beat by everybody. So I wasn't able to get like a ton of themed, or I'm sorry, like stage 2 evolutions. In fact, I got 0 the entire time last time. Use an active Pokemon. Yeah, I was getting pissed at Ralts too. Ralts sucks. Psy Bolt. It paralyzes them, but it doesn't do any damage. So maybe I won't put them out. And then we can fill up our bench. This is like a trainer card that has so many different versions of itself. The idea that it's not actually Tierno. It's like the same effect is shared throughout a lot of cards, which is a confusing thing to do. They probably shouldn't do that. Every card should have its own distinct effect. It's almost like they don't have that much variety of cards then. Because why would you overlap and use different characters for the same effect? Every character should have its own effect, no matter how many there are. But yeah, that's one. And then there's one that I really like that like lets you discard your hand and draw 7 cards. So the point is just burn through your hand as much as possible and dual draw. Each player draws 2 cards. Why not do it? And then I'll draw another 3. We're going to deck him out. We haven't really seen that happen as a win condition. But sure, I mean, maybe he'll let me do it. So you have 2 of these basic Pokemon that don't actually have attacks. Isn't that weird? Like, sure, it can have its uses, but they just can't even do anything. This attack does 10 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Nest Ball. Wouldn't it be cool if you had like a Shadow Ball that could just, you know, like in Coliseum where you can just capture your opponent's Pokemon and just use it, like take control of it. Actually, there was something that let you take control, and you would think it would be something in a Psychic deck, but it's actually not. Okay, you may as well put that out, unless we're going to see some AoE shit. Have some healing stuff. Any damage done is reduced by 20, which doesn't even matter. Look at the top 7 cards. You may reveal something and put it in your hand. So Kirlia is obviously good to do. Just because I have Ralts, and then we can evolve one of them, and then we can start to build it up. Even though its damage values are so pathetic. May as well draw even more. So we can maybe get an evolution out of this. I just want something that actually does damage. As much as I like Psychic, I don't necessarily like this whole weenie, unable to attack aspect. I don't remember that being as big of a deal. Like, even moves like Confusion would do damage and have a chance to confuse them too, right? Like, there were a lot of good high damage moves. I also haven't seen any ghost stuff, but I imagine it would overlap with this element the same way that like fighting and rock seem to overlap. So they do simplify the types a little bit. So we have 2 stage 1 evolutions on the bench, that means. You can just keep doing this to draw a ton of shit. He's letting me do this because he probably likes the card draw, but at what point do you have to discard stuff if you have too many cards in your hand? I forget. And I discovered in Magic the other day that you can have as many minions on the field as you want, because it like keeps expanding the board. I kept thinking there was a limit, but then he kept just, you can have like 30 things out there, because there was a card that actually did that, like summon all the god cards in your deck, which he had like 30 of, and they can all just attack, so it's like a win condition card. So he's attacking stuff on the bench. So I should evolve this and let it do something. Energy Salon. Search the deck for 3 different types of energy. Reveal them. Put them into your hand. Heal Bell. Heals 10 from each. Why don't I just bring this out? How do you do it again? Retreat. Wait, before I do that, let me just put... Let me start to put stuff on there, but then I want to retreat. And then this one. So then we should still be able to attack in the same turn. I could do 40, which he has 60. So the best case is... Imagine needing RNG to do 40 with the secondary attack, which requires the most amount of resource on a stage 1. Like, there are basic types that do more than that, right? This does 20, or, I don't know. It just seems so bad. Flip 2 coins, it does 20 times the number of heads, so we can do 0. It's just so terrible. I hate that. Even if we get Gallade, you have to sit through Ralts, which can't even attack, and this, which is all about card draw or... So it either does the same thing as this, or which draws 2 cards with the energy, or it does this, which is nothing, or it can do a very low amount of damage. So we can get a stage 2 out of this, though, which I don't mind. And so this isn't going to die for a while. So I guess I'll just leave it. And even if it does die, who cares? Because it sucks so bad. We'll just use it as an excuse to get this out. Like, imagine doing that little, man. I forget what the hand size actually is. Odor Sleuth. Flip 2 coins for each heads. Put a card from your discard pile into your hand. Searing Flame. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. This is basic with 110 that can deal 60. Sure, it costs a little bit of energy, but so what, dude? He already has... Why are you putting water on it? Well, he's got like a fire-water hybrid. Okay, so it's just dead. Burn marker, yeah, that really helps me now. May as well put this out, so at least we had a good evolution thing in our backup. This is decent. And this maybe give a chance since we already have the cat. And then any damage is done by 20. I guess we may as well make this one count. Fake Out does 30 if your opponent's active if heads. So this is 30 guaranteed, but then it has a good effect possibly. Search for up to 2 basic energy cards, sure. Which is all I have, I think, in this is basic energy anyway. So now, so this is permanent. For some reason, I thought it was a one-time thing. So it'll block 20 every turn, which means he can still do 60, and so it'll do 40, and then... Okay, he just resigns. Clearly, because my position was so dominant, not just because I'm taking too long or something. Brilliant Stars, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, let's keep going. So what I really want is... Oh, I already have it. So let's see. Let's just get one of the newer ones, but at least one that I find interesting. I don't know if that's like a daily thing or it's just a certain amount of... Like, how would you know? Like, what do you have to do to get this? Who cares? Those almost look like arena tickets, but too bad there is no arena in this at all, which is a horrible decision. So I don't really want that. Even in a certain sense I do, but for now, let's just do this. Let's get something I find interesting, but it has to be somewhat new, otherwise it's just gonna suck. So do you want Charizard? Do you want whatever this thing is? Do you want this? Let me try to get something that not everybody is using, but then it's probably not going to be very good. Sword and Shield. Let's get it from the newest, one of these two. Sword and Shield series, Dreadnought theme deck. Well, you know what? For once, let's just be basic with it. Why would you want more than one anyway? Oh, I guess just to have multiple copies of stuff. The items below have been added to your collection. So, of course, you could use those probably freely, too. Right, in addition. But for now, we'll just do the theme thing. So, since the Psychic has been kind of a little bit more successful today, let's do this until we lose, and then we'll try the Charizard one. Win streak 1. I thought I won the other one, too. Frost Builder is flipping a coin. And of course, I probably would have lost that too because he just resigned because I was probably taking too long. Even though you have 25-minute timer. But that's like for every move and stuff. So it ends up being pretty much the same as anything else. This is pretty good, but I don't know. I just hate that, number one, there's no arena. And number two, what was the other thing I said there should be that there's not? This is at least a stage 1. I may as well try it. Although I do like putting this... You should put that on the bench and evolve it there and then bring it out. So you should have brought this out first, actually. So I made a mistake. Maybe I'll do the retreat thing already. Retreat cost is 2... Or wait, it's 1. No additional stuff. What was the other feature I said it should have? I can't remember now. Oh, maybe there's no crafting either. But I guess there's trading, which most things don't have, so it's a trade-off, I guess you could say, that could potentially be okay. So what does it take to even do the evolution in the first place? Why can't you just do it? What is the requirement? You shouldn't need energy. Like, why can't you just do it? Energy gift. I don't really get that, actually. Shouldn't it just be able to do it already? Flip 2 coins, it does 10 times the number of heads. Now, this is reasonable because at least it's basic and the cost is only 1. So, of course, it didn't do anything. And, of course, the weakness is lightning, so I probably should have just switched it out. It's just going to die. Or actually, it's not, but... could be fun to have every single one of the themed sets. Like, that's a good thing to work towards. Because then with the themed cards, you can make your own custom stuff too, right? Gnaw doesn't really sound like an electric thing, but okay. These are always good just to kind of cycle through and get something. Unless you have something that rewards you for having less cards, like the discard and draw 7, but... so this we can't use yet. This I could do now. So it would gain a little bit of health, I guess. Right, instead of having 30, it would have 60. I might as well try it, but what are the abilities? Heart Stamp. He's a very cost-effective one, where all of his abilities only cost 1 for both forms, so that's pretty good. Flip a coin. If head, search your deck for 2 energy. Attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. That's very good, so I may as well just do that and set up for something else. And it only costs 1 too. Heart Stamp does 30, which doesn't even matter that much. So I am kind of playing into his advantage though by putting all these weak things out there. Select 2 and then you can attach it to anything you want. So I guess I'll do it to here to get that 60 thing out there. Isn't that what I just did? Oh, you can do it different ones for each too. That is a pretty good move, but the fact that you need an evolution for it is maybe questionable. But still not going to die just from that, but he has a lot of stuff on his bench. We get another one of these. So maybe now's the time to switch out. And of course, you have enough energy to be able to do that too. Now the 60 should just be able to one-shot it, right? He doesn't have any special resistance to it. We get one of these, which are nothing special. They're just cards that get randomly taken out of your deck anyway. Tiny Punch, Mega... see, this is my kind of thing. Maybe I should get something that's more focused on that. Just like beefier, stronger things. But I guess I just have a certain preference for Psychic. Just this is maybe not the best example of that. With so many things that just can't attack and that have low health values and just trash. No abracadabra kind of stuff. Or even ghosts, like give me Ghastly, Haunter, something cool like that. There's so many cool types. I end up with a fucking cow, even though I do like this because it's beefy. But what does this even have to do with Psychic? I guess not everything in there has to do with it. It's weak to like Fighting type, which this doesn't count as, even though it arguably could. Fighting or Rock. So he has no energy on there, so he's just going to use it to tank, I suppose. There's no reason to put more on this one. So now, can you use this ability from the bench? Because that would be amazing if you could, but of course, that would be kind of OP, because you could just heal 10 every turn. So this is only going to take 2 turns to kill it, so that's actually not even bad. It's a tank, and it does pretty good amounts of damage for reasonable cost. I mean, 60 for 3 is not bad. So this guy's whole purpose was just to get this guy ready. This we can evolve into. A lot of buff stuff or card generation, card draw. That's what it seems to be about. Search your deck for 3 basic types of energy. I mean, at some point I don't need any more energy. I have so much, but I'm just going to destroy this. But even though he has 5 things on the bench, I only have to kill 4 of them to be able to win because such a bad evolution, dude. It's so horrible. Even Gallet isn't... Gallet is good, but I mean, for a stage 2, it's probably still one of the weaker ones, or Nothing special. So now you can have even more stuff on the bench. So he must have some buff thing. I think like, I forget what it was, but it was something that dealt X amount of damage for everything you have on the bench. So now you're going to get even more. He's just very energy starved, it seems like, and I'm energy rich on the other hand. Flip a coin, so there's no reason not to do that. It's just a net positive. He ran very dry. Heal 60 damage. I don't even have to heal because I don't have anything. We could evolve into that maybe next turn. So as scary as this can be, doing 70 or 30, he just doesn't have anything. How do you have this little energy with an energy themed deck, it seems like? How ironic, right? Lightning themed. So you can put this out, even though it's worse than what I currently have, but I'll still stack up a little bit. I have a couple stage 2 stuff coming out. This thing is going to be dead. Wow, this is actually kind of a sad way to win, just with the fucking cow. What the fuck? This is the MVP right here. He just doesn't have anything. Or he's stacking it up on something different. 40 to one of your bench Pokemon. It does 120. But so what? Like, well, I might not be able to stop it is kind of the point. Once he gets rolling. I should put this out first. You can put a second one on there. So you have 2 stage things ready to go, but they're just going to get one shot by that. So that's his ace card that he's kind of prepping. But it still only has 2 energy, so please don't give him a third. In fact, he wouldn't even be able to retreat. So he just let it die and then bring that out next. Wow, dude, I'm getting upset even for him. Like, he's just not getting any energy. This can happen in Magic too, like with the lands, like where you just don't get enough lands. That's horrible for him. Wouldn't want to give him card draw in a million years anyway, so I'm not even going to put that out there. I have more energy to spare, but there's nothing really... Oh, I guess retreating... Oh, does it remove all your energy, or does it just remove the cost? Cost meaning it doesn't just require you to have it, but it requires you to give it up for good. So we can just do this. He's down to 2 prize things. The problem is this guy might just solo me if he ever brings it out, because if he does 120 every turn, there's nothing I can do about it. So I'm getting lucky, actually, that he's not getting the energy. I'd love to see how I could deal with that, because it seems like I just can't. Right? Like, I don't know. Yeah, just rubbing the energy in his face, too. Like, I have so much that I don't even know what to do with it at this point. There's really nothing to do with it. These guys only require 1. These already have enough. I guess I could just use it to get card draw, because like you get 1 for each of these. This thing isn't bad. All these useless Curlias in my hand, but he only has 2 lives left. 2 Pokemon that can be killed. So this one almost went too easy, but he's going to get the Zapdos out and just destroy me with it. I can't tell really what... Maybe he has some crazy win condition, but... Uh-oh. That's going to be his last stand here. Look at the top 7. Give me like a Gallet or something. None of these are going to be able to survive that. I don't really know. We need like some utility card to be able to deal with that, because I don't know how else I'm going to. He's down to 1 prize card left, but somehow I'm worried about how I'm going to deal with that. He's going to do 120 per turn, and there's nothing I can do. Maybe I should have retreated into something else and then saved this? Like, which of these is going to be useful in any way? I guess you can paralyze a lightning type. Maybe that's the whole irony of it that's going to pay off. He's going to be starved for energy, and he's going to be paralyzed. Healing is not going to do very much for me. You may as well put this on something. Try to stack up a little bit of damage on here, and you can draw 3 more cards, too. Give me like a Galad. I still haven't had a stage 2, have I? Evolution. Please, please, I need this. Please? Fuck. He's just going to kill it. This is like the final boss thing that he saved for the very end. Oh my god. Whatever he has on the bench doesn't even matter, because if this dies... Ooh. Imagine he wins like this. Wait. Oh, but it does 40 to his stuff, so if he kills something... But he can space it out. Maybe that's why he... It needs to be something that can hit right away. So maybe we'll do that. This is a little bit nerve-wracking. Search your deck for up to 2 basic Pokemon. Reveal them. Okay. They're all trash, though. And that's not basic. 2. So maybe another one of these and maybe try to stun him, even though I don't really want to play like that. The bench cost is cool and all, but he's going to spread it out in such a way that it's not going to matter. I really need this to get through. He's going to do 20. How amazing. Fuck. There's nothing you can do to stop this once he does it, you know? Although he has damaged his bench quite a bit, so he can't do it to either of these. What is that going to do now? Draw 2 cards whenever you attack? Wow, dude. I mean, at least this is a fun way for him to potentially win. Like, you spend the whole game getting destroyed, and then you finally get, like, an ace thing out there. This is going to do another 50, potentially. What would the escape rope do? Each player switches his or her active with one of the bench ones. Opponent switches first. I guess I won't worry about that now, but I don't have that much flexibility here. All I have to do is 20 more, which even this should be able to do 30, right? That should be all it takes. Now you can switch it out, but then you're giving up. So you have to damage one of these that is not... It's an interesting price to pay. So you do a ridiculous amount. Oh, you're even gonna switch out, which I don't mind as much, or maybe I do. I forgot that that has an even better effect. So I'm actually gonna lose now. That's pretty impressive. 10 times the number of heads. Heal. I guess this is the best that I can do. Could heal it, but it's not going to matter. So he's going to do discard all attached energy for 100. Or no, it's the other one. It costs 2. 20 times the number of bench. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 110, 120 is what he's got. Switches with 1 bench. So none of these can even do anything, though. Maybe I messed up. What if I heal this and then I bring it back and then you can still do this and then we can bring it out again, but will it be able to perform another action? Does it switch it with something in his bench, much of which is weakened, but I don't really have anything good enough to hit still. Like, I'm only going to deal 30, which isn't going to be enough for most of this. That was kind of crazy the way he... It was more of a late game thing that he got. You can do... Maybe try to paralyze it, or I don't know what I'm even doing. No, I can still do this. He's getting really close, but he's gonna just use an energy and retreat. So I'm gonna be running very dry on this. When it evolves, what's that gonna be? Pharaoh, I don't really care. Pharaoh, of course. When it evolves, keeps all energy and special stuff. So can he not retreat? Maybe he doesn't have energy, so he lost the same way that he was winning the whole time. How is he so energy starved? He would need to spend 1 to retreat. I think I just win then. Right? Wait. Oh, it has more HP. Fuck. than I thought. He's gonna retreat, obviously. So stupid. Oh, I thought that was it. So basically I can't deal with this, so I just lose. I made a big mistake by heal Bell. This is not going to be able to do anything. I could try to stun it. I should have upgraded it or whatever. So I could do an amazing 40. Which still wouldn't matter at all. This will absorb 20, which is not going to matter at all either. Nothing's like really defensive against lightning, so I have stuff that's weak against it. So you can do this and just try to stun it for now. I don't really know what else is going to matter here. No, I don't want to do it on that one. Apparently you can't do it on the bench like that. I really need this to happen, otherwise I just lose. How ironic. So I'm not going to be able to damage it still, but I'm going to have to stun lock it for a bit or find some other way. My energy count is getting a little bit low too. So you could theoretically keep doing this, but you'd have to keep winning the coin toss. You could do this, but I don't have... I need something that could be just a finisher. That could actually do a good amount. Which apparently nothing can. Fuck. Maybe this? It's not going to be enough either still. My energy management maybe wasn't the greatest. Even if I evolve this, it's not going to do anything. I have to do it, because otherwise he's going to just kill me this turn. He could maybe still do it in his next turn. Or maybe he still has something strong enough to... He'll do 70. Which will just kill that. It still wouldn't survive the other shit. I don't really get it. He could still do like 140, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 160. Fair and balanced, but it did take him a while to get to that point. And he did have... So you need some kind of spell or trainer card that can actually deal with that. That's the whole point of it. But yeah, it's over. Or maybe not. Or no, it is. Damage decreased. Okay, that was at least interesting. Brilliant stars. MVP is always a cow. New challenge. Win one match. Yeah, that's like an insult. It doesn't believe I can win. But we'll switch to this one now. Which I don't even know what you're trying to do with it. But it's not like you can mulligan or anything. So you just got to kind of go with what you got. So maybe if they add 3 things, it should be the ability to mulligan, the ability to do arena, and the ability to craft. Those will all be good. 3 good things. Following the coin flip. I don't know what that's supposed to be on the coin. Seems like there'd be a thematic Pokemon to use as an example for a coin that would make more sense. Like something with 2 heads or something. Or maybe it's based on the deck that you're using. So you can't do that yet. Double draw could be good. Heat blast. Stage 1. So you should do this... No, you should do this to the bench, though, and evolve it, and then bring it out, and do 1 fucking 80. This is the kind of shit that I want. Something with a really strong, just high attack values, and high health, which it doesn't have, so I guess you gotta choose. Well, 130 isn't bad. Mag Cargo. So he's using that shit that I was just using, so we know how bad that is. Like, let's see what he does as a win condition. That I couldn't figure out, apparently. Attach a basic energy from your hand to 1 of your bench Pokemon. But why? Why would that... Oh, maybe it's like a bonus? You may play once... Wait. But you can already do that. I don't get it. Draw 2 cards. You and your opponent play rock, paper, scissors until someone's won. So, I mean, you get 2 regardless, so you could get 4. It's almost like I'm going to have too many cards. Round it ended in a draw. So I guess I must have won. Doesn't give you very good visual feedback on that. You could draw 2 more. 10 damage for each counter. Damage count. Oh. So why don't we just hold off and try to buff this up in the meantime. Of course, I don't have very good... Wait, why can't I do that? This is a stage 1. I don't get it. Whatever. I can do either of those next turn. Apparently you have a bug type in this, so you have a pretty good balance of different types. So I'm choosing not to even whack anything. Try to get something a little bit stronger out there before I do. And of course he has very limited ability to retaliate. Yeah, this one is just trash, dude. Even though I like Psychic, it's garbage. So if I lose to it, then I have no excuses, but I highly doubt I will. Yeah, the threatening attack animation, which doesn't actually do anything. Switch active with a bench, which you can do anyway. May as well just bring that out. Get it to maybe one more thing. Bring this out. You have to manage your energy maybe a bit better than what I do. Draw 3, may as well. And see if we get like a stage 2 evolution finally. Switch active with a bench, but I don't need to do it yet because none of these can do anything. Oh, maybe it'll be good to put the energy on here and still be able to do it without costing anything. Like without paying the retreat cost. That could be good. Double draw. But I mean, the fact that I draw 2 makes it questionable at best. Discard your hand. I can't do that for a while. Search your deck for an evolution, reveal it, put it in your hand. So I can get like either the 3rd form of this or Charizard even. But I don't have enough energy committed, so maybe I shouldn't. Let's actually see. What is the 3rd evolution of the Mag Cargo thing? Lugia, Slugma. Maybe there isn't one? That'd be kind of stupid. I guess I'll do it, but we're going to have to commit a lot of element to it. Is this going to be our first stage 2 evolution ever? That is a pretty good card though, because it lets you get what you need when you need it. Look at the top 7. You may reveal something there. What is this? I remember it, but it has nothing to do with like the theme of the deck, I guess. Shouldn't that be a legendary? I mean, it technically was a legendary, but now it's considered basic. That's what you call power creep. Attach a basic energy from your hand to one of your benched. I don't know why you need a card to do that. Does that mean if you've already put one on, you can put another one on? Let me see. Oh, but I can't even do that. Or yes, I can. Okay, so you get to basically do it in the second one. But what I thought I could do is now switch it. Choose this to become active, and then we can do this evolution too, and then we can still hit with this all in one turn. So that was kind of a crazy combo for a modest 180. Fair and balanced, and we know his deck has so much to be able to deal with this because we've just been using it. There's not a single damn thing you can do about it. Now he can stack up stuff on here, and his thing only costs 2. What the fuck? For a stage 2? That's kind of crazy. Once during your turn, you may look at the top 3 cards of your deck and put one of them into your hand, discard all the others. And then Royal Blaze 100 plus. That's 50 more for each Leon card. What is a Leon card? Oh, like, I get it. Charmeleon. But that's only... You're only going to have one then, but I mean, that's still 150. So now we could create another one of these, because there's no reason not to, really. And you may as well start to stack up stuff on here. You only really need 2, so that's not bad. Put this on the bench. Yeah, this looks like a totally fair matchup. Draw like 4 more cards, potentially. Just always do paper. And so we have a little bit of energy going forward. And so all you should need to do... Wait. Oh, that's why it's so good. I kind of messed up. it discards 2 permanently, so I have to keep an eye on that. You'd rather just do the 60 maybe sometimes then. Evolution. So unless he gets Gallade out, which I was completely incapable of doing. There we go. Already got it. Fuck. That clearly shows you I don't know what I'm doing, but still. 3. Your opponent switches defending with 1 benched. It must be before the attack. That way you can choose to attack something weaker. Yeah, like that would be so frightening for me anyway. This is kind of a tough decision because I don't have enough energy to even do that. Guess you may as well do that. You may as well do this. And then you may as well do this now. Draw 7, so you get more energy out of it. Choose Wonder Belt. Shuffle up to 2 from your discard pile into your deck. Shuffle up to 2 energy from your discard pile. I guess I don't need energy as much. Do both. How can you just do both? Oh, nothing's even died though. So those I just discarded. That doesn't even count towards the total, obviously. Why wouldn't you do both? I don't get it. So you can't do these. Only like 1 trainer card per turn. Look how much cycling this has. Put a basic one. We don't need any more of those. This we could get in case we get those other 2 we just put back in there to be able to evolve it. Look at the health value on some of this is not bad. So this will do 60. And then if we're forced to switch out, we could always switch out by Gallade. We could switch out into Charizard even, which will do 100 plus and just kill it like in 1 shot. Because we have at least 1 Leon card in there, right? Which is my discard pile. Or no, we don't. Fine, maybe I want that to die then first. Yeah, kill it, kill it. Oh, you won't even be able to still kill it. Because then once we switch out, we'll be able to do 150 in 1 shot. So I'm strategically doing that. Right? This should be the perfect way to do it. So it doesn't count as going in the discard pile once it's evolved, right? Because it's still there, obviously. I guess that makes sense. This is get 2 and 2. It's amazing that how cheap this guy's stuff is, though. 1. No. Shit. Oh, no. Can I cancel that? Now, because I did that. Oh, I can't believe I just did that. Because I did that, I just removed the 50 that I just strategically did. Or no. Or yeah. Whatever. Fuck. That was the dumbest thing I could have done. Holy shit. I just strategically put it in there just to bring it back. That's so moronic. What the fuck? It still doesn't matter, but... So now you can switch it out again, but then I could bring out like this thing, which is not so bad. You're not going to be able to kill it just like that. 20 times the total amount of energy, so it'd be 100 or 120. So imagine that stage 2 with only 140 gonna get destroyed by a stage 1. So yeah, that's what you have to remember, that you have to discard stuff to do that, which isn't necessarily worth it, but at least you have the option. It's like a good energy dumping ground, if you will. Oh, you choose not to even switch it out. I don't need any more energy on that. Battle Sense. Once during your turn, you may look at the... So I wonder if you can do that on top of Royal Blaze. I guess I won't bother to find out now. 2 basic Pokemon are energy, shuffle. You can just draw 3. Too many of those. I guess this is 30 or 120. Put an energy attached to this Pokemon into your hand. Maybe I'll start to build this guy up, but we can just finish it off. I mean, I'm not even worried about it. So his only stage 2 of any merit is gone, so he's just done for with that. And of course he can kill this, but I'm not too worried about it. Like, in fact, he won't be able to just like that. It still has 50. If only I had like a healing thing. I think this deck probably wouldn't have one. Attacks do 30 more to your opponent's active Pokemon before applying weakness and resistance. That's not going to matter. So I messed up the whole Charmeleon thing. Otherwise, Gallade would have been dead the turn before without getting me this low. Right, it wouldn't have even had a chance to attack. So I planned it out, but I didn't... Like, I forgot my own strategy, I guess. This guy does have 3, though, so actually maybe he will be able to kill it. Yeah, actually, that's fine. So we can get this out, and I shouldn't try to do the one that causes me to discard stuff. Although maybe I could. Because that would just finish this off. And you can evolve this, may as well. Not even looking at like what they do, but I don't really even want another one of those. During this turn, you do 30 more. Oh, maybe I'll do that and then save the Bright Flame in reserve. So this should do 90 then. So that's a good way to save that. So now whatever he comes out, he knows that I have 4 ready to do 1 fucking 80, which is enough to kill anything in his deck, and then some. Kind of crazy. So that's easily going to be done for. Yeah, this is just trash. Even though I'm messing up, like this is much more fun. You're getting big beefy stuff out that can actually do high amounts of damage. This is just way better. Power creep, by the way, the newest one. So I don't need to put anything more on there. In fact, I don't even have to use that ability. So all you have to do is this. Oh, I didn't have to do that, and I did it anyway because I'm stupid, but hey, you can get away with that. Wow, I'm making so many I just say what to do and then I don't do it. Like, what's that about? So now I'm not going to have enough to... Dude. Now, to be fair, you can say, oh, pay to win, but anybody can just get this with their first 500 gold that they get, which you know, it took me like maybe 2 or 3. No, this is only episode 2. So it only took me like 1 full episode to get any starter deck of my choice. Nice attack. I'm only going to be able to do 60. I guess I could switch out and do 120. Or, I'm stupid. Two cards to put into your hand. I don't even want that. Put those. I only have like 3 left, that means. So I'm completely mismanaging this whole situation, but this is so much better than his deck that it doesn't matter. So yeah, this is definitely a good one, and I almost want to get all of them. We got to collect all the themed ones. And then, again, you can always use that to combine and make your own thing, but this is pretty fun. Every episode can be a new theme thing, which would last a while, actually. So this will do 60, but then it'll do more. I could have switched out into that, but this is fine. So I accidentally did the 180 when I didn't need to do it. This just feels so unfair, dude. I'm misplaying and still winning. All your stuff is just shit. Maybe everybody starts with that first, just to show how overpowered this is. Or like just to... But whatever, like it's not that hard to earn 500 to be able to just get something new. Chilling Rain. Why am I getting grass level ups from using a fire thing? This is normal, fighting, rock, fire, and plus. Fire plus. Well, that is fun at least. We have something to work towards. Like we can get a whole bunch of other theme stuff. This feels like a real thing. Like we can actually win games with this, even against good decks. You got a lot of high health values, a lot of high damage values. It's good. So his thing is like, cannot play a supporter card or attack on the first turn. I guess I don't understand sometimes how evolutions work. So this is good, but it's good like the more damage it's taken, I guess. You may switch this with one of your benched. You should just put this out, and then we can always figure it out. This is just as good as Hoot Hoot, but it's even better because it doesn't cause your opponent... Yeah, what the fuck? That's just objectively better. It does the same thing, but that causes your opponent to draw 2, and it doesn't have an attack option, and it has less HP. Like, what? It's a Rattata, but it's Alonian. It has Gnaw for 20, which I'm assuming that costs 1 energy. I don't know why that dot looks different. Only has 40 HP. So you wouldn't want to do that. So I guess I could just do this. And you can still hit for... No. You can't attack because it's the first turn. I always forget that. Shit. Don't want to retreat. So you can't do any of this stuff either. You can do 30 more. But it's almost like you want it to take damage. So it'd do 10 times... 10 damage for each... Oh, so does that mean I would do 0 now since I have no damage done to it? Some of these pictures look weird. Like they're not actually things that they drew. These are like physical objects that they put. Like they got something off eBay and took a picture of it. Doesn't that look weird? Some of these look like fictional pictures and others look photoreal. Wouldn't want to do anything with that. This is going to do what, like 50, so it would kill it. I don't know whether I should commit that so early. I mean, this is really good for a basic, I will say that. Oh, and you can choose energy as well, which I'm kind of short on, so maybe I should do that. Or, wait. Oh, no, it has to be the same thing. I guess I could just do this for the heck of it. Yeah, Lugia doesn't even need no sinking evolutions. You just do 120. And the side negative effect isn't even that bad. So the only problem is I'm going to need energy, but this is going to do 40. And of course I knew it was the weakness. That's why I didn't do what I just said I was going to do, which is play this to try to kill it. So this is considered weakness as fire? Or wait. Why is that the weakness? The attack isn't his weakness. His weakness is that rock fighting thing, and my type is that, but my attack wasn't that, so I don't even get that. There must be some more complex interaction with that. This is treating it as like a normal type attack. If you look at the... right? Whatever. Or Ikorio. Vital Dance. When you play this from your hand onto the bench during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 2 basic energy cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand. Casual Slap for 30. This guy is pretty tanky, so I don't mind it. So what I really need is energy. Is there anything that's going to give me that? This allows me to put it on. This allows me to do more. Choose one or both, which I can't do. Discard your card thing. You know what? I actually will do this, because I need energy so badly. I hate to do it like that, but... you don't need to put any more on this, so I should stack up on somebody. 30 versus 120. 50 versus 130. Put an energy attached to this into your hand. I guess I can do this. It does 50 and what? You may switch this with one of your... you may, but you don't have to, right? I think. That only does... so it would do 0 unless it's damaged. But it has so much HP that it makes that kind of pleasant to do. Like... it's going to be pretty easy. My turn again. Put this on there. You can evolve this. You can put this on the bench too. And then you can decide... you may only play one supporter. Supporter. So you wouldn't want to do that for a while. During this, you do 30 more. So you'll do 50, which doesn't... it's only worth doing to finish it off, I guess. Put something in your hand. I don't have the Charmeleon, so you may as well do this, because I actually have the ability to play it. So now why can't I do it right away? Right, because I already have this ready to go. Or no, it's the same thing. Never mind. Draw 3, may as well. The 30 extra damage isn't going to matter. So I still need Charmeleon for that to be effective. This would be able to do 50 right now anyway, but I guess I don't need to worry about that. Okay, not too bad. So getting this guy up to 4 would be pretty good. 130 isn't bad. Weakness is fire, which he doesn't seem to have. It's weird that you would even have this in a fire-themed deck, but I guess you gotta have a bit of variety for that. So now this is gonna most certainly kill it. Just try to get it up to 4. I mean, I don't mind it. None of this bothers me too much. So let's see if he can even get through this tank. So now it's a 50 health, 50 attack for only 1 energy cost. A basic type. So I didn't have to commit anything into it. This is a crazy card. These are all the newer cards, I guess, because it's a newer themed deck. So it's just busted. What is this? Furfru. Oh, different picture, though. Doesn't look anything like it, even. Return, you may draw cards until you have 5 in your hand. We're just going to destroy this guy, dude. I hate to say it, but... Search your deck for an evolution. So you could say power creep all you want, but... So now we could complete this set. So you can't use these right away, I guess, the same turn that you get them, or I guess you can. So that'll be our stage 2 possibility. So we finally got a stage 2 thing, at least. So this is going to do 50. So even if I did the 30, it wouldn't be enough. Unless there's some weakness involved. Which apparently that does count, but then it should do that anyway. It should do 100. So just do it. That's so nuts. Pop. Is that his name or is that an adjective? I assume it's a trainer card, so it must be. Leon. Professor's research. Not really a trainer then in that context, but... This is easy enough. Evolution. I'm just not that intimidated by anything he's doing. I find this picture so unfitting. Like, it just doesn't look like the rest of them. Maybe it is, but... This looks like something that was drawn. This looks like something that is real. Damage increase 40. So you can start stacking up on this guy here, which you only need to put 2, so that makes him pretty inexpensive. You don't have to commit a whole lot to make him useful. Draw 3 more. 90, so it doesn't bother me too much. This guy's been amazing, actually. So once he goes out, you can still summon this and start doing 130 right away. And the fact that its basic element is so perfect, right? You can stack up 4 fire on a grass type and it doesn't matter because it requires anything. So this will be over soon enough. I mean, this is our first thing that we summon and it's still there. Such a good value because the... Oh, I remember that character from Y. Right, that you fight them in the chateau or whatever all the time. Battle chateau. That place got too easy though after a while. Even if you buff it up by paying extra, it's still kind of too easy. I thought it would scale with you throughout the whole experience. But then they have another thing in the main town that is super hard. I forget what it's called. So this is 160. So that's fine. The weakness would be grass, which this is obviously not. This is going to deal 130, and I could finish this off. See, this is when it's good. Although he doesn't have resistance to it, which is good. Put that on there. Attacks do 30 more, so this will finish it off in one shot, which is perfect. Don't give it the chance to strike back. Strategic use, and we only got 1 left that we got to deal with. So we got 130 and 150 coming in. Or actually, I don't have... That's actually a hard effect to get to come out. I guess I assume that when you evolve it, it doesn't just stay there. It goes into the discard pile, but it actually doesn't. He shouldn't be able to one-shot me, should he? Multiply. Search your... Oh, it's not... It doesn't even have an attack. So we should just win just like that. Pretty easy. Just high values. That's all you need. High HP, high damage. Easy. Pretty good, actually. This one is quite good. So any of the newer ones maybe could be that. Win streak 2. It's not even so much that you're winning. It's just how you're winning, right? What do those things even do? What do those tickets do? Can you use them to buy something like this or what? What are these? Just like deck box gameplay it's called, even though it's not giving you cards, it's just superficial. That's really all the cosmetic stuff they have. What are these things for? Code, I don't care about that, but people keep saying you should do it. I really don't know what those tickets are for. Maybe you can use them to trade for stuff. Yeah, nice job telling me what those tickets are about. Maybe you can use them to craft, but actually you can't craft. But that is a pretty fun one. I like that a lot. How many theme things are there anyway? I don't see anywhere where you can spend this currency. The tickets or whatever. Newest set. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it the same row? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. There's like 50, I think somebody said last time. So you won't get bored of those too quickly. Okay, see you tomorrow. At least we finally saw the stage evolution thing. And we finally made an account like it was practically begging us to do.